Hey, welcome back to Cartoon Cast. I'm your host, Grayson Adams, aka That Nerdy Jew, and today we're going to be talking about Big Mouth. Okay, Big Mouth is a 2017 animated show that revolves around a boy going throughout the stages of puberty in his life. What I personally love about the show is that there's more than one hormone monster or puberty monster that basically has a life of their own. These are multi-dimensional sentient beings that have basically these powers, and they basically come at the wrong time or whenever they freaking feel like it, and that actually is very relatable to a lot of people. The hormone monsters are these basically off-the-wall type of characters that basically influence the main characters to basically serve the purpose or premise of the episode. I pretty much watched the entire season of Big Mouth, and what I want to say is pretty good, but I haven't really given a full review. I will personally give the series, a 6 out of 10 for multiple reasons. Now, one of the reasons is that I personally find the humor outstandingly hilarious as well as repetitious. What these people do is that they gain the shock value from their audiences due to the explicit animation shown in several scenes, such as basically pimples, the period, penises. Like, come on, the penises. Emphasis on the penises. We've seen walking cocks in the show. Roll it. The educational factors in the show are subtle yet still relatable. If only they would actually talk down more to a serious topic, I would feel that the show would be more genuine in a way. So the shock value is a very big important factor in the Big Mouth scene. Reason why is because without all that gross out humor and all that big poopy, pee-pee, penis jokes they'll make, they really don't have any other humor. Otherwise, the wry humor that they would try to gain from the parents, but that's no. Secondly, I personally find the art style of the show pretty nifty and adorable, while 1 in 5 people may disagree. Because I've actually had some comments, I've asked you guys some questions on Twitter. I'm going to be avoiding that in a few. I'm just going to talk about this for now. So, the show is extremely cliche when it comes to their format, as well as their lazy writing. As I previously stated, that it's very repetitious with their gross out and shock value humor. Reason why I say that the show is cliche is because it starts out in a high school setting, high school kids, even though I know this is based around puberty, and yeah, you're gonna need like some kind of school setting. I mean, it's not necessarily you need a school setting. You can have episodes where they're in school, but it would be better if it's predominantly out of school. Reason to keep it, you know, original, differently. I've seen the show 1,000 times over, even though I really haven't. The show is extremely explicit, which is great for captivating adults and larger, more mature audiences in a vast variety of ways. However, what I do have to complain about is what audience are you really trying to reach? Are you trying to reach kids with this educational value of puberty and the blissful nightmares that basically you go through? I mean, that's another point I want to make. Why do you have to make puberty such a disgusting, horrific thing? I know it's a dark time that we all do. We all know it's a dark time in your life, but it's really not a dark time. It's just it's a confusing time in your life. That's what I feel like the show should be conveying, is that it's more confusing than it is dark, than it is horrific, than it is just traumatizing. Because if I was going to be growing up to be traumatized no matter what, you should die. Like, serious advice, die. But if you really want to just make it very believable, more genuine, more sincere, then talk about a serious topic. Like, what if you did an episode similar towards with Charlie Brown, where Charlie Brown's had this weird episode of leukemia, and how it was dark but bright at the same time. That was actually very educational, very down to earth, very just informative. Now, I believe that the show would talking something about more, let's say, homosexuality. Yes, they've done that already, but more about the lines of AIDS or maybe unprotected sex and different STDs. That would basically show that you're not just talking about the gross parts. You're talking about the dark parts too. And maybe not even that. Maybe something uplifting. Something maybe just good. You know, like love. Like actually being in an actual relationship where nothing has to be hurtful towards you. Like, that's what they miss. I mean, they tried twice, and they've literally ruined both of the relationships twice inside the first season. Like, why? In the first season, you're supposed to be planting seeds. Why are you trying to make a stem and a flower go out of it already? Like, it makes no sense. Another thing I want to say is that even though that the show makes a few valid points, details about certain things going up, I'm still stuck on the fact of why they're depicting puberty all 5 people or 6 people, whoever it is. It's like there's a group of friends. It's starting from like your childhood. Yes, you're talking about it. Why did you guys perceive it in such a dark way? Maybe have an episode when I know you're always constantly breaking the fourth wall, which is another thing that bothers me when shows do that constantly. Do it once in a blue moon, or you're not in the first fucking season. Like, if you're gonna say there's no Netflix, I mean, there's no Walgreens, there has to be a Walgreens in this Netflix or something like that. Why not break the fourth wall in an episode and basically have an entire episode based around their personal? I mean, I know the entire show is supposed to be like that, but I meant like, why do you guys see it so dark, so disturbed, so taboo? Why is puberty such a taboo topic for you? Because it's not for anyone else. Personally, I say, yeah, there's some confusing times and moments that are going through puberty, but later on you start realizing as you're still going through puberty that it's not really hurtful, it's more of a shapeful development to basically make you an adult, from an adolescent to a young adult, at least. And when you're at that stage, yeah, though it is confusing, it is also a blissful, enchanting experience to have gone through. And you really want to experience it and perceive it in such a with a dark connotation. Like, for me, it makes no sense, but I'm not gonna be the one to critique your show. Wait. Yes, the fuck I am. But the reason why I'm gonna say that is because I can't be the only one looking through Google, Wikipedia, seeing all these things, and you have 100% to Rotten Tomatoes. You like, how do you get that good? 100% Rotten Tomatoes? What about the points I just fucking made? Does that not matter? No, apparently it doesn't. Why? Because you're making money. Good money. You have great Jewish writers or actors. Somebody's Jewish in that show. I know it. I can tell from the characters. I'm Jewish. I can smell a Jew there. I smell a couple. I seen Andrew Goldberg. All right. But anyway, enough from the shit talk. I do love the show. I give the show basically a 7.5 out of 10. Now, I need an emoji to basically show my 7.5 out of 10. What emoji would I use? Matzo balls. Boom. I gave you 7 matzo balls out of 10. There you go. Take my matzo balls. Well, honestly, we're going to get into the Twitter comments. So let's go and roll it. Alright guys, we're back, and that's all the time we have for today, except for I'm going to do something that I haven't even started yet. It's a cartoon showcase, because now at the end of the segment, I'm going to be giving out a big shout out to one cartoon person a week. Why? Because I feel like it's a good thing to do. Also, I'm contemplating, this is not a promise, I'm contemplating whether to do daily cartoon chaos. Now that's something for you guys to decide. Also, if anyone wants to collab with me, please go to my website, jewtunes.net/contact, or hit me up in the DMs on Twitter at thatnerdyjew. Alright? Alright, be sure to follow my Instagram. Alright? Be sure to subscribe and post notifications. Okay. Oh, and before you do any of that, be sure to follow my Instagram at thatnerdyjew. And if you don't do any of this shit, I just promise you that a rabbi will come underneath your pillow with a knife to circumcise you or castrate you if you're already circumcised. But wait, it only takes 7 days. Chala, and this was Jew Boy. Later, tune out.